healing as an act of mercy were allowed on the Sabbath.
Yeah.
Now, they must have known this.
Yeah, and so what do? They held their
peace. Yeah.
Because by saying, well, of course it's better to do good, they're now giving him the green light to go and do good. And they don't want to do that. By healing the man, Jesus was going to do good. Whereas the Pharisees, by doing evil on the Sabbath, were trying to trap him. So they were actually the ones doing evil.
Yes. What's also interesting is that when you read it, and when he, Jesus, had looked around about on them with anger, being grieved for the hardness of their hearts, he saith unto the man, stretch forth thine hand. Interesting anger, because we are aware of righteous anger. I'm not sure of the original word, whether that's been translated with a slightly harsher tone than it was in the original.
It's quite sort of a complex verse, this, to be quite honest with you. So Jesus' response, the Greek term is orge, which is passionate, impulsive expression of intense emotion. So that's what he does. When that type of word is associated with God, that emotion is almost always God's wrath in response to sin. But then Jesus' compassion for the disabled man prompts this protective anger at those who deny him help. So he had this wrath towards sin, grieved for the hardness of their hearts. But he then says to the man, he has sorrow for him. He was grieved for him. Greek word is something like silepo, I think, from memory. He felt sympathy for him, which is the first and the only time, actually, that's used in the New Testament, that he had this sympathy for him. So it's quite significant. And he grieved because of the hardness of heart.
We're getting a very nuanced look at how Jesus is reacting here.
Yeah.
To those of the Pharisees, he is angered, as you described it, almost like a piqued feeling. But at the very same time, and this is the difference, most people just go into pure anger in any one moment, or they go into pure grieving, not both at the same time. You can do it possibly, but he's showing a real nuance of feeling here. It's amazing how Mark has written this, because he could just very easily have said, oh, out of spite, so that would have given a wrong impression, or just anger. Again, it's the softening afterwards of grieving that you could very easily overlook in just a quick reading, couldn't you?
Oh, absolutely. This is important to note as well. He grieved for the hardness of their hearts. Who is the there? The Pharisees. While he was completely sympathetic towards the man who he's about to restore, he was also absolutely mortified, gutted by the hardness of the heart of these Pharisees. In the first century, though, when we said that somebody had a hard heart, it didn't mean that they were cruel or that they were unkind or anything like that. It's that their reasons, that their emotions, their what we would probably call EQ,
emotion quotient,
was no longer able to be developed. They had become resistant to developing their EQ. They had reached a pinnacle, and that was that. And Jesus is like, oh man, this is a nightmare, you lot.